Hey guys, it's Sinem and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. So today I'm going to be doing my best and worst makeup products of 2021. I cannot believe it's the end of the year. I mean, that's just crazy. So it's going to be maybe a little bit of a long video, so let's just jump straight into it. I'm going to start off with the best products first, and then the worst products of 2021 are after. I also do want to mention as well that some of these did come out this year, so they are the best of 2021 because they did launch this year, and some I just discovered this year that I think is the best. So the first product that I think is one of the best products of 2021, I have a few foundations, but definitely one of them is the Too Faced 24-Hour Born This Way Matte Foundation. I have used this so much this year. This foundation is so great. It's full coverage, but it still feels kind of light on the skin. Like, it doesn't feel very heavy. It just smooths over everything. It covers everything that I need to. It's a great just everyday full coverage foundation. It's what I have on my skin right now as well. Absolutely love the shade as well. It's in the shade Swan, but it's just a great foundation if you're looking for something that's full coverage, that's going to give you a natural matte finish that isn't too matte as well, doesn't feel cakey, doesn't feel heavy. Definitely go for this one. I never tried the original Born This Way foundation, but I absolutely love the matte one, and it really does stay put. It doesn't last like 24 hours, but it is a long wearing foundation. Another foundation I absolutely love, like loved, and it actually came out this year, is the L'Oreal. This is a new L'Oreal Plumping Tinted Serum Hyaluronic Acid Foundation. It's basically like a tinted serum foundation, but it's so much more than that. It's not a sheer serum foundation. It's not one of those products where it's just like super sheer, doesn't do anything. It's not sheer. It gives you coverage, but it honestly looks like skin. It gives you a beautiful radiant finish. It feels lightweight on the skin, and it just is one of those foundations where it covers enough but still lets your skin peek through in the most natural way possible. I feel like this is just like your skin in a bottle. And it also does, like it says, plumping tinted serum. It doesn't plump, like doesn't feel tingly or anything, but it makes the skin look very healthy and juicy and just youthful. So definitely check it out if you're looking for a really nice, like lightweight medium coverage foundation. It also has like a little bit of pearl in there as well. Gives you a beautiful radiant finish. And speaking of radiant finish, this I think you guys know, like I absolutely fell in love with. This is the Huda Beauty Glowish Multi-Juice Skin Tint. This skin tint right here is beautiful. It again is not like the skin tint where it doesn't like do anything for your skin like the Glossier one or MAC Face and Body. This truly gives you pigment and coverage, but also gives you a beautiful radiant glowy finish. It is very glowy though. It almost has like a little bit of a metallic finish to it. If I just demonstrate, I'll show you guys what I mean. Like, it gives you color, of course, but it also, I don't know, it just has like this really shiny, almost metallic like finish to it, but it smooths out the skin. It's super hydrating and just feels so nourishing on the skin. Gives you that glow, gives you that coverage. It just perfects the skin and makes the skin look like 10 times better. So I really love this stuff, and I've spoken about it a lot. Like, I've used quite a lot of it. And this is definitely one of the best skin tints or like foundations of 2021, and it did come out this year as well. Let's go into two eyeshadow palettes that I have been absolutely loving for this year. I think this one came out this year, I'm not too sure, but this is the Nabla Side by Side Nude eyeshadow palette. This is my first eyeshadow palette from Nabla, and this is honestly just one of the best palettes that I have been reaching for and going for of 2021. It is very pigmented. It's a very silky formula. You have a great range of tones with this palette. You know, some warm tones, some cool tones down here as well, but also they're just very silky. It almost feels like Natasha Denona palettes, but for like a fraction of the price. It just honestly is just so beautiful. I love this one right here, like this olive, I don't want to say olive, but like this green gold. It's just so beautiful. And this is just one that I feel like everyone is going to reach for, everyone is going to love. And do not sleep on these Nabla eyeshadow palettes because their formula is incredible. I definitely want to try out some more. So this is one that I've been absolutely loving. Another one that I've been loving as well is the LORAC Soleil Pro palette. This, oh my goodness, I think is just one of the best neutral palettes on the market, like high-end neutral palette. You have these right here, which are all mattes, and then you have these which are all shimmers, which I absolutely love how they've done that. I also love that it's almost kind of like, you know, it's got a theme as well. You know, you have your like rusty ones down here, some neutrals and bronzes, and then your lighter like pinks and champagnes up here. beautiful shimmers. Like the mattes are really creamy and smooth, very buildable, very pigmented, but these shimmers are on another level. Like they look so foiled on the eyes. I think if you are a fan of like shimmery eyeshadows, you're gonna absolutely love these. And this is just one of those palettes which you are always gonna reach for. It's just great to have in your collection. And I feel like it's always worth to pay money for palettes like these, especially when it's great quality and you have a range of different tones of shimmers and then different tones of mattes. Honestly, you can do so much with this palette, and that's definitely one that I've been absolutely reaching for and loving for this year. Going back to Huda Beauty, surprisingly, I have to throw in this bronzer in this video. I have been absolutely loving this. This is the Glowish Huda Beauty bronzer. It's the Soft Radiance bronzer. I have it in the shade Light, which is the lightest. And at first I did not like this bronzer, but I just came to love it. I'm wearing it right now as well. It just gives me like this beautiful like warmth to the skin whilst adding like a very slight sheen. It's not a shimmery bronzer, it's just like this bronzer with a little bit of a sheen. Absolutely smooth and buildable. And she has like a great shade range as well. I just love this bronzer. I've been reaching for it quite a lot, and this came out this year as well. This with the skin tint is incredible. I think they launched at the same time. But yeah, as you can see, it just adds like, you know, it contours my cheeks and adds the warmth and the bronzer, but also a little bit of this glow. So like my skin doesn't look so flat looking. Absolutely love it. If you're looking for a new bronzer with just the slightest little sheen to just really, you know, add a little bit of glow, but color back into your skin, definitely go for the Soft Radiance one from Huda Beauty. These are so recent. Like I literally just tested these out, what, last week or something? But I have to throw it in this video already. If you have not checked out my R.E.M Beauty is Ariana Grande's makeup brand. If you have not checked out my review, I reviewed a ton of the products. I almost bought one of everything. I reviewed it. And spoiler alert, these products right here are incredible. I think this could be one of the best celebrity makeup brands in my opinion, this and Rare Beauty. So the ones that I'm going to be mentioning are the liquid shadows from R.E.M Beauty and then the lipsticks from R.E.M Beauty. So these liquid shadows are like nothing that I have tried. They are, okay, they are like typical liquid shadows as it sounds, but they are so sparkly and intense and very pigmented, and they stay put. They stay put. It's not patchy. It never went on patchy. It goes on super smooth. It gives you enough time to play around with it before it dries down as well, which I love. This one is in the shade Milky Way, which was like just my favorite when I tried it in the video. It's a beautiful like teal midnight blue kind of color, but it almost has like a little bit of this purple glitter in there as well. It's absolutely stunning, and these are waterproof as well. They do not budge. I also have it in Asteroid. I think, you know, for just like a really good liquid shadow, these are it. Like I can't think of anything else. I really can't think of anything else. And they have incredible shades, rich shades like jewel tones, and then some like natural shades as well. This one is in Asteroid, which is like a beautiful brown copper. Look at that. You can wear these on its own. I would not put an eyeshadow on top of these because they are that intense and that beautiful. They almost dry down to an eyeshadow anyway. So these I had to throw in because they are absolutely incredible. And just look at that reflectiveness. Look at that. Along with the lipsticks from R.E.M Beauty as well. Like Ariana Grande, I don't know if she had much say for the brand, or if it was just like a slap your name on it kind of thing, but really, like, they are incredible. These are the On Your Collar lipsticks, which, look at this. This is so cute. It's like a little space thingy. And this is in the shade Roller Skates, which is like a really nice peach lipstick. But it's not really about the shade, it's about the formula. These have a very moussey, soft touch feel to them, which I absolutely love because it makes your lips look super luscious and creamy. And it's a matte formula, but it's not a typical matte formula. I feel like matte lipsticks are just not matte lipsticks anymore. Like, they are just this creamy plush formula. A lot of brands have just kind of perfected that now, like the MAC Powder Kiss lipsticks, very similar to that. It's just a very luscious, soft, creamy matte finish. Beautiful formula, beautiful texture, and beautiful colors. Do not sleep on these. Speaking of celebrity brands, Rare Beauty. Rare Beauty has quickly become one of my favorites, but one that I found myself reaching for this year are the Soft Pinch liquid blushes. Are they called the Soft Pinch? I think they are. And this one is in the shade Bliss. These liquid blushes could be one of the best liquid blushes that I've tried. It does not dry down quickly. It gives me enough time to play with it, but also just looks very, like, again, soft on the cheeks. It doesn't look heavy on the cheeks. It doesn't pull my cheeks down. It just looks very, yeah, like a soft pinch of color on the cheeks. It's very spot on with the name. It's a very light texture as well. It doesn't feel like a typical liquid blush. Almost a little bit like a souffle whipped formula. Again, it's very, very airy, and just dries down to, as you can see, like almost like a little bit of a sheer wash of color. These are beautiful. They're very buildable, and again, like I mentioned, it just feels so airy, and it looks airy. It's just very, it looks delicate on the cheeks. If you always struggled with liquid blushes, go for that. Next is the Morphe Make It Big mascara. I honestly would never talk about mascara in a video like this because mascaras just never usually like surprise me, but this mascara surprised me. The Morphe Make It Big is such a, it's what I have on right now as well, is such a volumizing, intense black mascara. I think if you love dramatic lashes to get with mascara, if you just want it to curl your lashes, lift them up, volumize them, you know, everything that you want in a mascara, you need this. I will say it does clump. It is a very like clumpy kind of mascara, but I really don't mind that. I really like that. It really coats every single lash and just lifts them up and really makes your lashes look big. Like, it makes a statement. Oh, it's called Make It Big. Oh my god. So yeah, it makes your lashes look big. It's an incredible mascara. They do a smaller size as well, so if you do want to try it out, maybe you could go for the smaller size, but honestly, it's like £10 or £12. Do not sleep on it. It's one of the best mascaras. I think it came out this year, but I have honestly been using it every single day. I'm almost out of it. So yeah, love that one. This product right here, the Dior Face and Body No Powder is incredible. This product is just something that I never thought I would end up loving. It looks like a regular powder, but it's just a beautiful powder that has a little bit of a sheen. It's gonna look so reflective on the skin. It's gonna perfect the skin. It honestly goes over any texture and just makes your foundation look super smooth, makes your skin look super smooth, and it is just worth every single penny. It's, yes, an expensive powder, an expensive brand, but honestly, you pay once and you're gonna use it all the time. You're gonna get your money's worth. It's such a silky powder that looks very, very, like almost like nothing on the skin, but at the same time it perfects the skin. I don't know how it does it, but again, any texture, any blemishes, like smooths over it, gives a little bit of a sheen and adds a tiny bit of coverage as well. And I just feel like it's the best powder to put on top of your foundation. It just smooths everything over. It's a very silky, hydrating powder. It feels very hydrating. I definitely recommend this one as well. I honestly love this powder so much. I've raved about it in favorites already. And last but not least, speaking of powders, the E.L.F Halo Glow powder. This one I absolutely love. I have it underneath my eyes right now. It's just my go-to under eye setting powder. I love to dust this all over my face as well. It is a glowy, translucent powder. And when I say glowy, I don't mean shimmery. I don't know how these brands do it, but this is such an incredible powder. I usually use this just to set my concealer underneath my eyes, and honestly, it sets my concealer. It does not crease. It doesn't settle into any fine lines, and somehow it just brightens my under eye. I think because it has a little bit of like this pearlescentness to it, it just kind of just adds a little bit of luminosity underneath the eyes but sets the concealer. So when you do turn your head, you know, it's not so dry looking or like powdery looking. It's a very smooth, fine powder, and again, does not interfere with like making your concealer look creasy or dry. I did want to shout this one out because it is just the loose powder that I've been using underneath my eyes pretty much every single day. Like, I have not gone back to like a regular translucent powder a lot. Like, this is just my go-to now because it does what a translucent powder does, but gives a little bit of reflectiveness as well. So my skin just looks really nice and plump and glowy. So yeah, absolutely love this under eye powder. Again, not shimmery either. Let's jump into worst products of 2021. So there were so many more that I could have mentioned, but you know, I had to narrow it down to just the best ones in my opinion. But for the worst ones, I only have a few. And again, like, it's, you know, it didn't work for me, but it might work for you. So just keep that in mind. But let's go ahead and start with the first one. I think you guys know I was going to put this in here. The Haus Labs Lady Gaga's Le Riot lip gloss. Very sticky. Did not work for me. Incredibly sticky. The shade is beautiful, but there's not much I can say. It's just how sticky and like gloopy it is. I don't know if anyone else like discovered this. I think I may just have a bad one, but it's incredibly sticky. It just doesn't look and feel appealing like on the lips. It just makes your lips look like very gunky. So I did not like this product at all, although I have heard so many good reviews of other people loving it. So again, don't know if I have a bad one, but I wanted to just mention that as well. Another one which I did not like was the Fenty Beauty Bright Fix Eye Brightener. Don't ask why I still have it in the box, I don't know. But this is basically just, I did a whole video on this, but this is a eye brightener that I did not like. It's very dry underneath the eyes. It's very patchy. It just clings onto like texture that I didn't even know I had. And it brightens in such an unflattering way, at least on me. I think if you have dry skin, this is not going to work for you. And it just, yeah, it clings onto like dry areas. And then also it just makes your under eyes super like creasy and dry looking. And then it gets patchy. It's not like a smooth brightening eye product. It just looks patchy in some areas. I really do not like this product at all. There's a lot of Fenty Beauty products that I really don't like, and this is just one of them. I'm still going to be using it, but I just have not found really the correct way of using it, you know, to make it work for me. But wanted to mention this one. Let me know if this has happened to you as well, if it's like just super patchy and dry looking underneath the eyes, and like creasy. I did not like this at all. The E.L.F Big Mood Mascara. I don't know what it is with this, but I know a lot of people did not like this mascara either. It really does nothing to your lashes. Like, you can build it, and my lashes are like, I've never put mascara on it. It's so just, I don't know, almost pointless and useless. Like, it says it does so much for the lashes, volumizes, lengthens, and it just really doesn't do absolutely anything. It's almost like there's no product every time you apply it to your lashes. And I remember I had a few comments as well where people said the same thing about the Big Mood mascara, that it just like was a terrible mascara for them and didn't work for them. So yeah, I know I'm not alone. It's really not a good mascara. So yeah, that's a shame. Even though they've discontinued this brand, I still wanted to mention this one. This is the BECCA Aqua Luminous Perfecting Concealer. I really didn't like this concealer because it was almost like shimmer in a tube. I honestly thought it was going to be like just really just radiant, glowy concealer without it having shimmer. But honestly, when I put this underneath the eyes, it just looked so pearly and metallic, and it barely concealed. It barely did anything. It almost just added like a stripe of metallicness underneath my eyes. I really didn't like this product. I also didn't like the shade. The shade claimed to be like, yeah, fair, and it was super orange and dark. It almost oxidized as well, if I remember, and I just have never been going back to it since. I really don't like this. I remember Desi Perkins was raving about it. That's why I got it, and it really isn't worth that at all. I don't know what she loved about it, but it did not work for me just because it did not conceal at all. Like, it didn't even have any concealing properties to it. It just almost looked like too metallic and shimmery underneath the eyes. And I think last but not least was the Super Highlight from RELOVE by Revolution. I used this in my ReLove review and I didn't like this. It's a very dry highlighter, very chalky. I don't know if you guys will be able to see that. Very dry, like incredibly dry. It's almost like a powder, like there's no glowiness to it. It's very patchy. I don't know if you guys will be able to tell. I mean, it is the most weird formula in a makeup product I've ever seen. Like, it's almost like, how can you put this on the market? I don't know, but it's very like, it just piles up and it's very chunky and weird, like super weird. But yeah, you can see it's very see-through on the skin. It's very patchy and very dry. No glowiness to it, no highlighting effect to it. It is really bad. Almost just feels like you're applying like a yellow toned powder on the skin, like a dry powder. So I didn't like that either. There was so many hits this year. I could have probably found a little bit more like best and worst makeup products, but otherwise this video would be too long. Let me know what your best and worst makeup products were of 2021, what you loved, what you didn't love. Leave me all your thoughts and comments down below. I hope you guys found this video enjoyable, and I will see you guys pretty much all in 2022. So I hope you guys are all staying safe, and until next time, I'll speak to you guys all in my next video.